Boom, bam. Thank you guys for subscribing. Over and out. How much time do you actually need to get ripped super fast? For example, you got out of the shape, the summer is coming, or you have some personal reasons. How long will this actually take you? Let's speak a little bit about this today. By the way, my name is Boris Kish and welcome to my channel. And I want to tell you this honestly from the heart because, it's kind of embarrassing for me to tell you this because I made a lot of mistakes when I was younger, when I was preparing for the contest, and also when I had my ups and downs in my life and when I got completely out of the shape. So the thing that I did that is completely wrong, so let's start with that, is that when I got up to 20% of body fat, maybe even more, maybe less, approximately, when I lost all of my shape, where nothing was visible anymore, I started cutting drastically. I started doing cardio 2 times per day, 45 minutes per 1 hour per day, which was completely in 2 sessions, which was completely wrong. One early in the morning, another immediately after the training. And then I cut it down completely, all the carbs or the fats. I was just doing high protein diet, which was again also a mistake. I destroyed my metabolism completely. I took pads, I took fat burners, I took caffeine, and I was not having any kind of cheat meal. I was training like a maniac. And yes, I achieved my results in less than 4 months. I have to tell you, I was not chasing the shape for the contest, but for example, to be really lean, below 8-7% of body fat, I achieved in less than 4 months when the starting point was around 20% of body fat. But that cost me a lot. I was not able to sleep properly. I was not able to function properly. My serotonin and dopamine, happy hormones, were completely rock bottom. I was not motivated to do anything. I was really focused and disciplined, and I was rushing to achieve that goal. But it came with a price. My relationships were suffering, and it was a big mess. So this is definitely not something that you're supposed to do. And then few years back, when I completely changed my mindset, especially last year, I tried something completely different, and I decided, let's do this time completely slowly, completely slow. Let's first, from being completely out of the shape, go, and this is what I'm really recommending to you, let's start eating clean. So really high amounts of food, like I'm not dieting at all, but clean. You know what's clean food: chicken breast, turkey breasts, fish, vegetables, fruits here and there. And by doing that for 2 months, I have to tell you, without any dieting, one cardio per day, normal gym session, I got my body fat down to completely visible abs. I was really shocked and impressed. I have to say also proud of myself, because I never did it that way. Didn't took any thermogenics, didn't took any stimulants, nothing. Was doing a lot of cardio. I mean, one cardio session per day, gym 4 or 5 times per week, and it was automatically going down, and I was not hungry at all. I felt really good. Yes, here and there I had some cravings that I would like to eat, maybe Burger King, or something, maybe Five Guys. Five Guys is my favorite, by the way, that hot dog from Five Guys, but it was not anything unbearable. And then, I simply decided to go even, how can I say, to continue that. So I was doing low carb, but first time in my life I said to myself, like, I'm a big guy, I don't need to go that low. So my low carb was around 300 grams of carbs per day. There were days when I was not training, when I started to go even zero, but only when I was not training. I was listening to my body. And, one day was maybe 200, but when I felt really hungry, I went up to 300 from rice, from oatmeal, from high protein porridge. Fats were really low, down to 50 grams omega-3 6-9, but I was not going extremely low. So pretty much this was my diet till the end. And I said, I'm not going to change this unless I really see that the process stopped. And what really helped me, I'm not suggesting this to everybody, but really it's a recommendation. What really helped me, I was not looking myself at the scale anymore. I was just following myself, the process in the mirror, in the gym, and the overall body feeling experience that I developed during the years. And in 6 months from my starting point, I have to tell you, in 6 months, I was completely lean. I was not like super ripped, not contest ready, but everything was there. I could do photo shooting without problems. And I was really positively impressed and surprised that I got to the really, really decent shape in about 6 months. And when I was rushing, when I was doing everything wrong, as I explained at the beginning of this video, that I'm really recommending you not to do, not to rush, I achieved the same results, maybe a bit better, in 2 months less. So when you compare those two things, was it really worth it? No, because I was dying and suffering for 3-4 months, and this way I did it much easier. And again, I want to say that this is not if you're really preparing for a professional bodybuilding contest or something like that, then yes, of course you have to be more strict, but even then you are not supposed to overkill yourself, because you're supposed to enjoy the whole process. But if you want to get into really decent shape with visible abs, doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, the conclusion, it's going to take you approximately around 6 months, by my opinion. Okay, everybody is different. Who does what is different. Starting point, how high the body fat is also something that needs to be considered. I mean, it's not black and white. I gave you approximate rough guidance. If somebody who was a fat bastard like me when he started could do it in 6 months, I'm pretty sure that you can do as well, unless you're really a person who is extremely overweight and has some other health issues with his or her thyroid hormones, etc., etc. That's another story. There has to be completely different approach, and the opinion from the professional doctors have to be included as well. But if you're somebody who did sports before or never did, and who is, how can I say, normally overweight, not somebody who is almost as huge as a sumo wrestler, without me, disrespecting those people, but that's another sport. You know what I want to tell you. You will need, as I said, around 6 months. So should you do it, crazy with suffering in less than 4 like I did, or maybe even 3 or 6, where you will feel good during the whole process and full and healthy, you will be able to function, you will be able to have proper relationship, you will be able to sleep, definitely I would choose the option number 2. And I would really like to tell me with what you are struggling in the comments, what method worked the best for you, what would you like me to talk about to you about this or in the next episode. Please like and subscribe if you like this episode, so that I can advise more people like you, and this will definitely help my channel grow. Till next time. Bye.